Now, buddy, this plane that we've got right in front of us actually never happened. Yes, everybody, in today's video, let's talk about the F-19 fighter jet. You know, not too long ago, our good old friends at Skylabs recently released an F-19 fighter jet for the X-Plane Flight Simulator as an add-on. You can pay 20 bucks and you buy it. It's 15 bucks, actually. And I was like, well, there never was an F-19. You know, of course, there only ever was the F-18 and the F-20, the Tiger Shark thing. And this got me hooked on the myth of the F-19, the plane that never happened. See, the F-19 only ever was a concept of speculation. It was only a myth that surrounded a potential secret US military aircraft during the 1980s. Yes, back then people were like, okay, we've got the F-18, we've got the F-20, where's the F-19? Just get the damn number, military man. And the F-19 was thought to be a stealth plane, more stealthy than the F-18, a stealth fighter that could, you know, do all the wars and stuff. But that myth never came to light until recently with Skylabs, who made sort of an interpretation of this plane. I think it's really interesting. I mean, how do you develop a plane that never existed? So I don't know, they wrote a long text here, blah, blah, blah. The educational research-based development effort brings to life and realizes the hypothetical 80s tester of F-19 concept, blah, 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 blah. The aircraft was designed from scratch and was engineered as close as possible to an actual plausible jet fighter aircraft. What is most important is the design, and it is interesting. It reminds me a lot of other stealth planes. You know, it has all the tech that you would need to stay stealthy on a radar. It is definitely not beautiful, and that's something you can say about most stealth planes. I mean, we recently talked about the Nighthawk, which most people do see as the actual F-19, because it kind of was this. Anyway, come on, let's maybe take off here and see now. Do we have afterburners? Come on, let's take off. We've got a 1980s cockpit. No, this is not got like Apple CarPlay, but it will surely do. Come on, 130 knots. There we go. Actually, the performance isn't that bad. And yes, afterburners have come on, which is not maybe that great for stealthiness, as this heat is probably going to show up on some monitors. But here we go. We are in the air, and goddamn, this plane is incredibly ugly, you have to say. Now let's see, what kind of weapons does this thing have? All right, this is the flares. Very important. Okay. Maybe should have taken a look at this plane before making a video. But what I can already say is that it very much flies nicely, and we're right now following a KC-10 extender, a tanker plane, which will be shot down by us, which is a shame, but we don't really care. It's only got one afterburner as well. Is that normal? I'm not quite sure. All right, so how do we engage a sort of shooting down mode? I mean, we're very much following the tanker right here. Let me hear. This is the air-to-air button here, and just arm the weapon here. Ready? Is that gonna work now? I'm not quite sure. Has it selected the plane as a target? Oh, I would hope this works. Ah! It might just work. It might do. It might work. Come on. You can do it. You can do it, plane. You can do it. All right, Casey tanker down in 3, 2, 1. Yes! Very successful, everybody. We have shot a plane down. Isn't this nice? Yeah, this is a very, you know, dogfight friendly plane while being quite invisible to the radars. Isn't that amazing? What are the other features this plane has, for example? I mean, what can I tell? I mean, for example, the drag chute it has. I probably shouldn't have put that out. I think that's gonna, I mean, in real life it would just tear off. But yes, here comes the question. Can this be used as a serious parachute? Let's go ahead and test that by just shutting the engines off. Engine, there you go. All of those should be shot. Shut up now, shut up. There we go. But you know, this is a very nice cockpit. I like how you can see a lot. This is a single pilot fighter jet, and we're dying right now. It's not really helping us. It's not really helping us in actually surviving this. Yeah. But it helps you stop indeed. So we might just want to try that. Maybe a bit of a performance test on a plane that never happened after we shot down a KC-10. Please don't die. Great. I mean, after all, we are talking about a perfectly capable fighter jet, so let's go ahead and land on an aircraft carrier, which is probably a great idea. Here we go. We can see the tail hook is already out. We can put it out or in with this switch right here, the tail hook thing. Probably should concentrate on landing. I'm fine. It's telling me to go around. Yes! Wow! Yeah! For the first time, I've actually never done this properly in X-Plane. We've been able to land a plane on a carrier. Isn't that amazing? I mean, for sure, this hasn't been the most beautiful landing, but check out how this tail hook came in here. Bada be boom. That's what I'm talking about. Tail hook perfectly. There we go. I cannot really complain here. This has been a nice operation. Yes, perfectly carrier-capable plane. Nothing to be worried about. So let's go ahead and get rid of the tail hook right here. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. We're letting go of it. Yes, check out this animation. Let's go ahead and get onto the catapult. And let's get us catapulted into the skies. All right, there we go. Get the parking brake on. All right, here we go. Check this out. Let's get onto this ramp here. Yes, full power and release brakes to launch. Here we go. Full power. This thing gets rid of the jet wash that we've got going on right here. We don't want to blow away the whole bridge. Yes, afterburners both now. All right, that's interesting. Let's go full power. Perfect. Nothing to be worried about at all. We are perfectly pushed into the sky. Everybody perfectly capable plane. I've died. And one of the weaknesses the F-19 would have had would be his stealth fighter-ness, right? Something we noticed earlier on, that this plane was really not that fast. That reaching that tanker plane was only minorly faster, and that's because it can only go at like a speed of Mach 1. Here you go, Mach 1. Check this out, Mach 1.2, something like that. This is not a fast plane. The Concorde would have been faster than this one, which is quite ridiculous. And that is, of course, again, due to its stealth capabilities. It's not really the most powerful plane. It doesn't really want to be. It doesn't really need to be either, because like you can't already see it anyway. It doesn't even need speed as a weapon, right? So come on, let's go full power. Something I'm interested in is, of course, landing this fighter jet. I mean, you know, the parachute that we have on board kind of worries me to the extent to how much runway does this thing need? Let's go ahead and land this plane here. Get the landing gear down. Oh my God, I'm not quite sure. It's really ugly. I mean, honestly, the F-18 compared to this is like a beauty. But come on, let's go ahead and land it. I'm pretty sure a fast landing is something you have to do in this plane. It doesn't have flaps, very smooth surface. So just put out the chute before we touch down here. All right, drag chute handle. There we go. Already pulled it before actually touching down, which is not that smart. Yes, beautiful. And of course, we don't have any reverse thrust either. There's not really much that we can use for stopping this plane other than the wheel brakes and this brake here, which is successful at stopping. But the F-19 fighter jet has landed perfectly. Now, something interesting about the F-19 concept was that it inspired various fictional representations in popular culture, including model kits. There was a book about it, even a video game, like one of the first flight simulators was about it. And that is really super interesting. A hype about nothing. A thing that doesn't exist. So that's the F-19 fighter jet. Been a while since I've made a fighter jet video. It's not that interesting. So thank you guys so much for watching today's video, and I'll see you guys tomorrow as always. Good night.
Well, thank you so much to all the people who give me lots of monies, like Mariana, Ragings, Junk in the Trunk, Mike, John O'Brien, Derek, Matt, Sleepy Boy, Kelly Chaos, Ryland Williams, New York, Shadow, Ignuana, and Moritz Bohausen.